Hey guys, this is Lala Legacy, and welcome back to another episode of Roommates. So let's jump right back in. Together we dig in and begin eating the wonderful meal. Whoever did cook the lobster was definitely professional, as it tastes great. We try to chit-chat a bit, but between all the different savory flavors in my mouth is Wait. But between all the different savory flavors in my mouth is usually full? Oh! But between all the savory flavors, there should be a comma, my mouth is usually full. Finally, we finish everything off, and sit back in our chairs, resting. You've certainly outdone yourself, Dominic. I'm going to have to do something special for you.
Oh, no, it was my pleasure. I had a lot of fun getting everything ready.
Let's see. Maybe next time you could show me how to play your MMO? You seem to have a lot of fun with it. I haven't played video games in a while, but it would be nice to learn.
Oh, wow! Yeah, I'd love to show you. I haven't gotten a chance to try some of the new low-level stuff yet.
For a while, Dominic lights up and talks about his game. I'm looking forward to trying it with him.
Anyway, we should get this cleaned up.
Oh yeah, I'll help. Dominic blows out the candles and turns on the lights so we can get everything cleaned up. Together, we head back home. Aw, that was really, really sweet. Okay, so then the next time, which is week 21 Wednesday, that is going to be our last choice. Here we go! Tonight's the big night. Everything I've worked for comes down to tonight. Okay, I think we've got everything ready for tonight. Max is ready. We've got lots of attendees. Now we just need to handle the bill. I was just about to go down and put our check in for the hall tonight, which means it's time to make sure our money's ready. Yep, definitely. Of course, it's not too late to call it a day. Maybe just get your friends together at the house and have a quiet drink together. We'd be disappointing a lot of people, though. I know. I'm just hoping you don't feel trapped. I want you to have fun tonight at your own party, after all. No need to feel stressed. Of course we're going to play the event. Yay! A few hours later, I'm standing in a rented party hall, watching everything get set up. Max and his band are on the stage getting their sound check done, and everything's sounding great. Our bartender is setting up his wares over in the far corner. He seems like an entertaining guy, so hopefully he'll be good for the party. Carmen is supervising the ping pong tables being set up and making sure the keg goes to the right spot. Carmen, this is an official building. Is it, okay that we're serving alcohol in here? Oh, don't worry so much. I know the lady who does the paperwork for this place. We have a deal. As long as they don't see it, it didn't happen. We're in the clear as long as nobody calls the cops. I won't be calling them, will you? Fair enough. I spend the next 20 minutes or so all over the hall, making sure everything is set up properly. Hey, Anne, anything I can help with? Oh, Sally! I don't think I've got anything right now. Can you make sure the band is going to be ready? We're going to be opening the door soon. Sure thing, boss! I chuckle embarrassedly. I'm not even sure when she came in, but she's probably just here to visit her boyfriend before the show. Sure enough, she runs over to Memphis, planting a kiss on him before giving me a thumbs up. At least I know the band will be ready. Finally, it's time to open the doors. You ready, Annabelle? As I'm going to be, Car. All right, close the curtains. You've got 20 minutes until curtain, Max. He waves and nods as the curtains close. I take a deep breath and finally open the doors. The line is down the block. It takes us a while, but we finally manage a system to get people in. At last, the line at the door starts to die down, and I figure it's about time to start the main event. I gather up my courage and grab the MC's mic. You can do it, Annabelle! I smile at her and head up onto the stage, looking out over the sea of expectant faces, making me more than a little nervous. I can't believe they actually all came to a party I'm throwing. Finally, I steel myself. This is what I came to college for. This is why I left my home city and traveled out here, so that I could break out of my shell. So I could stand in front of a crowd like this and not die of shyness and embarrassment. Greetings, everyone. I'm Anne, your host for this evening. I'm so glad you could all come to my party. There's a loud round of applause and quite a few cheers. I smile and try to keep moving forward. I know a lot of you are freshmen like me, and we're going toward the end of our very first year of college. This has been an incredible journey, and I'm so glad I could share it with all of you, even if I don't necessarily know you just yet. Hopefully by the end of the evening that will be different. The point is, we still have a long way to go, and I, for one, am so happy that I have had all my friends to help me so far. I just know that together we can support each other and do even better in the years to come. The crowd cheers and yells for me. It's probably the most touching thing I've heard all year. I try my best not to let the emotions overtake me, smiling at the crowd. So without further ado, allow me to present the first of the evening's entertainment, another freshman just like us. Back Alley Flash! I step back, gesturing toward the curtain as it opens. Max steps up to the mic, looking over the crowd. Hey, give a hand to our hostess, everyone. Now, let's do this party right. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4! Max's band sets in for their first number, and the crowd starts getting into it. For the next 45 minutes, they play their hearts out, filling the room with great music. About halfway through, there's a bit of a rumble over near the bar. I grab a couple of the bigger guys, and we luckily manage to calm it down before it gets too heated. Luckily, it seems to just spur everyone else on. The bartender even makes it part of his show. I take a pretty heavy sigh of relief there. As the band plays, the audience gets dancing. I try to lose myself in the crowd a bit. I dance with whoever comes my way, just having a good time with the strangers at the party, wandering through the dance floor. But, at one point, I spot Carmen and think about going to dance with her, but then I see that she's dancing with Rakesh. And he's got his hands on her butt. Oh no. And she's got her hands on his. Yeah, girl. Yeah, get it. Oh man, at first I thought this was like, oh no, Rakesh, what are you doing? But now that I see it's mutual, yes, get it, girl. Well, I'm certainly not about to intrude on that. Finally, I spot my roomies dancing in a circle in the crowd. I make my way through and start dancing with them. They all grin and wave. At last, the band finishes their set, even the encores. The crowd stops to cheer. It was really a fantastic show. The curtain closes, and everyone goes back to talking amongst themselves. Suddenly, I feel a presence behind me, and Max appears in the circle with the rest of us. Dominic comes up behind me in the quiet, hugging me softly. I know I did a good job. It's just nice to hear Dominic say it too. Well, is everyone having fun? The roomies look around at each other. Seriously, Anne, this is a great party. We're all so proud of you for putting this whole thing together. Everyone else nods, grinning at me. My heart swells with pride as I know I've done such a good job. Or to know that I've done such a good job. Well, the night's not over yet. I'll bet dish duty for the rest of the week if I can wipe the floor with any of you suckers at beer pong. Oh, you are on! We all laugh as we head off to enjoy the rest of my big night. That was really sweet. Aw. Oh, hello.
All right, kids, you've got finals next week, so I'm sure you've all got plenty of studying to do. I could try teaching you something that's going to be on the finals, but really, why should I start teaching now? The professor throws a slide on the projector that just says study before walking out of the room. Half of the class opens their books and starts studying. The other half starts standing up to pick up their things. Not sure which I should do. Nah. I suppose I really should get some studying done. I don't want to blow my finals after all.
This seems like a perfectly quiet place to do it. I break open my books and start writing some notes, to take a closer look at later tonight. I'm trying to make sure that that was definitely what I had to do. Yes. It's been a long year, but I'm almost to summer. I could take a nice long break. I could take a nice long break and really recharge my batteries to hit the books even harder next year. The next 2 weeks fairly flew by. Between my finals and everyone else's, I barely got any time to spend with my friends. I put a lot of work into this last final, but it's not really my last one. Sometimes the idea of 3 more years of this seems incredibly daunting. But I know I need my education, so even though there's a lot of hard times ahead, I know the payoff will be worth it in the end. I probably wouldn't even be on campus today if I hadn't needed to sell back some books. As long as I was here, though, I went ahead and printed off my grades for the year. Despite all the craziness this quarter, I managed to keep my grades up. It's nice to see all my hard work paying off in my grades. As I walk back toward the Latin house to pack some things for a trip back home, a couple of people wave at me. Oh, I think they must have been at the party I threw those weeks ago. I feel proud. I can look them in the eye as I wave and smile back. They smile at my acknowledgement before going on their way. My party was at least fun for people. If not the greatest party in history, I'm just happy I managed to throw one. Finally, standing back on the porch of Latin House, I think over all the things I've done this year. Smiling to myself, I open the door and head inside. Only to be greeted, rather suddenly, by the floor. I cough a few times, placing a hand against my forehead. I'm burning up. How did I let this happen? Maybe I pushed myself too hard during finals. Maybe I let too many purple monkey dishwashers. The next time I find myself conscious and coherent, I'm lying in my bed. A bowl of soup is on my end table along with my favorite book. I'm just about to pick it up when I hear the door opening. Hopefully she's not allergic to the over-the-counter. Oh, you're awake! Hi, Dominic. Did I collapse? Yes, I found you at the front door. I was so worried. I'm glad you're back up. Don't move around too much. You probably worked yourself sick. I went to grab some medicine. I went to grab some medicine at the store, so hopefully you'll be fine with some bed rest. You're so sweet to me, darling. What? Don't you get how important you are to me? Come on, let's get some medicine in you. I'm sure I'll be fine. You don't have to go to the trouble. I insist. Come on, Anne. Let's get you through this. I reluctantly nod my head. I watch as he pours the medicine into a spoon and brings it over to me. Aww! The stuff is foul, but I imagine I will feel a bit better. I guess I'm not above a placebo effect, though I do hope this is a good medicine. How's that, okay? Hopefully you'll feel better soon. I hate seeing you like this, Anne. Oh, sweetie, it's okay. I just caught a bit of a cold or something. I'll be on my feet in no time. What are those bubbles in her blanket? That's a bit odd. You'll be no such thing. You'll be staying in a warm, comfortable bed until I say you're all better. Or until I let Dr. Rakesh operate. He'll probably paint your liver paisley. I laugh at his joke, which I immediately regret. The pain passes quickly, but I playfully punch Dominic in the arm. I'm dying! Don't make me laugh! But laughter is the best medicine. No, medicine is the best medicine. Laughter is like number 3, after ice cream. Well then, I'm glad I bought you some actual medicine, though I did miss the ice cream. Sorry. I can't believe I ended up with such a sweet guy. Dominic has certainly seemed happier and more calm since we got together. Thanks, honey. I'm glad you were here to take care of me. Of course, Anne. I'll always be around for you, just like you're there for me. Definitely. Oh no! I hope I don't get you sick because of me, though. Well, if I do, it just means you get to baby me. In fact, that sounds pretty good. Aww! Oh! Dominic grins, then leans in to kiss me. I think about pushing him away, but it just feels right. When he finally pulls away, I can feel the medicine starting to take effect. My eyes flutter, and the last thing I see before I fall back asleep is my wonderful boyfriend pulling the sheets up and kissing my forehead. Oh, how cute. So yeah, that's the last thing I remember during my final year of college. It's been years since I thought about my college days. As I look back at the time I spent in Latin House, it was definitely the start of a new chapter for me. The world seemed full of new possibilities, and I think I really wanted to seize all of them. I think I'm happiest, though, that I managed to meet all those people and still keep my grades as an acceptable level. I graduated with honors, with a library science degree, and a minor in English. Most people never expected any less, but I'll admit, I had to ignore people pretty badly sometimes to keep myself out of trouble. Whatever did happen to the others? It's hard to remember everybody these days. Let's see. Oh, but I've left Dominic, haven't I? Or I've left out Dominic, haven't I? Dominic was so far ahead of me that by the time I managed to graduate, he was finally getting his master's degree. Which meant we were both on the job market right out of college, which was fine by us. We had each other and we were young and in love. While I had my job at with the campus library, he kept on working as an RA. The market wasn't exactly great for the types of jobs he was looking for. Or going for, sorry. I was the first to stop working for the school. When I started making real money, I got a place and invited Dominic to come live with me. He agreed, and we spent the next couple of years in a lovely apartment together. We still managed to get into some trouble, but they were truly idyllic days. Finally, one day I gathered up all my courage, and I just asked Dominic to marry me. I couldn't have imagined I would have done it when I was younger, but this was the newer, wiser me. Dominic, of course, said yes, and we had a lovely ceremony in Paris. Aww! Dominic settled into working on safety testing for a local car manufacturer. We've been together ever since. As for me, well, I learned so much that first year at college, not the least of which was to be myself and not to be so afraid of people. I mean, I don't think I got over myself entirely in that first year. It took me quite some time to really figure out how to be me. I worked at the campus library for a few years after graduating, but when budget cutbacks hit a few years later, I had to get a new job. But yeah, everything else about me, you probably already know. And at any rate, that's good enough for now. I feel like I've been talking about myself for ages. How about you? How was your college experience? Oh, that was so nice! But yeah, I do kind of want to know that about you guys. If you want to leave that down below, leave your answers down below. Let me know how your college experience was, because that would be so awesome to read and learn about you guys. I will maybe make a couple of story times about my college experience, even though I don't have very many interesting stories from it. But I mean, if it's something you guys are interested in, you can let me know that too. But I think that is it for this episode. I'll let this play out and see if there's anything afterwards. I don't think there is, but we'll see. Okay, there is not. Alright, so if you liked this episode, please give it a big thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, subscribe. By subscribing, you're becoming part of a legacy. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!